My husband begged me to sleep with another man, and after 12 years I finally did it for him, but now he's mad because I enjoyed it more than I do with him, and it's as if he wanted me to be miserable so he could feel better about himself. I, 37F, had been with my husband, 33M, for 12 years, and pretty much from the start he told me he has a fantasy to watch me sleep with another man. He isn't the first man to ask me to do this. You'd be surprised how many men ask women to do this. The thing is, though, my husband can be a little bit insecure to the point where I told him a year after we got together that I was thinking of leaving him because I can't deal with his constant questions of who someone is and how I know them every time they comment or like something on my socials. Or every time I mentioned someone at work, he'd start making passive-aggressive comments. He got better and said he realized how much of a contradiction he was being. Mostly his insecurities have calmed down with the odd flare-up. About 3 years ago he really ramped up the asking me to sleep with another man. He'd mention it at least once a week and tell me which of his friends found me hot and stuff like that, and he'd talk dirty while we had intimacy about me and other men. About a year ago I caved a little and said, as a test, I'd start posting revealing pictures on socials and see how he handled it. So I started posting gym selfies and outfit pics of me wearing very revealing clothing. Then when we went to Ibiza I sunbathed topless and even posted a picture on my socials where it was obvious I was topless and captioned it, "Men don't like tan lines, do they?" He passed all these tests and never once reacted negatively. While in Ibiza we went clubbing and he watched me dance with other men and seemed like he really enjoyed it. Around 6 months ago I said okay but made him sign a piece of paper, obviously not legally binding but just trying to get it into his head, that this can't be classed as cheating, it is a game to fulfill his fantasy. He said that all types of doing it are okay and nothing is off limits and he will choose the man so I can't be accused of any sort of cheating. He said he was fine with this. He's a big man, 6 feet 4 inches, and goes gym nearly every day. He chose a little skinny guy, 5 feet 5 inches and not a bit of muscle on him. Anyway, tale as old as time, he wanted it, got it, and now isn't happy and is upset. He says I enjoyed myself too much, it was obvious I preferred it with the other guy, I was louder and gave him brain longer, etc. etc. There's been numerous complaints. I've just shut him down every time and said I told him this is how it was going to go and he didn't listen to me, and I showed him numerous posts on Reddit of this exact thing happening. Men begging, their wives giving in, the men can't handle it and they blame the wife. I said that's not me, I'm not taking any blame. I did exactly what I was told to do. Sleep with another man and put on a show and act like a star. I did that, I held up my end, he isn't holding up his end of either enjoying it or accepting he asked for this. He's saying I'm being a jerk by showing no understanding or, in his words, taking accountability for my actions. He said if I knew this was going to happen I shouldn't have done it and should just keep saying no. It's like an adult who would purposely put his hand in a lion's cage and then crying it's been bitten off. Am I a jerk? Should I be more understanding? Commenter 1. Not a jerk, and also this would be a huge red flag for me about the relationship in general. He broke your trust. Commenter 2. So you know he was a deeply insecure man and considered leaving him the past before it. You researched it and showed him numerous accounts of how men regret this. Don't like it makes them even more insecure. You then post a series of tests that aren't really the same and he passes. Then you sleep with a man not of your choosing just for him. And he doesn't like it, just like he has never really gotten over any of the above. At what point are you going to give yourself the self-respect of not putting up with his behavior? OP, I'm getting to the stage now where I'm realizing the bad far outweighs the good. Commenter 3, his fantasy stems from his insecurities. You did nothing wrong but your husband can't handle what he asked you to do. I'm all for consensual stuff, but there should be zero pressure from either side. If I were you I'd be mad that he pressured me and then got mad when he got what he wanted. Update. A lot of the comments on my original post opened my eyes to the fact he was setting me up to be the bad guy and not enjoy myself to make himself look/feel better. Unfortunately his plan backfired as I enjoyed myself very much. I was leaning very heavily towards leaving him, but last night he asked me if he could pick someone else for me to smash and we can try doing it again. I lost it and told him to get out my house and never come back. I've never been so angry with someone. He's messing with my head and that was the final straw. He's at his parents at the minute. I look forward to him telling everyone I cheated. Commenter. Something that I really dislike about the husband's logic is it seems like he wanted her to find the other guy unattractive cause the other guy was small and skinny. Which is awful, because the husband was wanting another man to be dehumanized for his looks. It also seemed like he wanted his wife to not enjoy it by intentionally choosing someone he thought that his wife would find unattractive. Which is gross. And he also expected his wife to just be awful to the other guy? Like he wanted her to just be scoffing and rolling her eyes during the act, instead of actively participating and at least appearing to enjoy it? Crazy how he wanted two other human beings to be miserable as a spectacle for his pleasure.